Yes. Welcome in. It is the GT Counter podcast once again. Back from our little Thanksgiving break last week. Sorry for no pod. Gets a little busy. Gray came down to Texas, played a little golf. Good time. So, good to see you again, bud.
Hey, what's up, Ed? The undefeated champs have decided to continue their reign of just utter domination. I think at this point in time, me and Etzel are up somewhere between 50 and $100 a piece on our in our three golf matches we've played so far. Yeah, we're a dominating team, and we're calling out the fellow citizens of the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex. So please shoot us DMs.
Undefeated. Yeah. We are just absolutely beating the absolute crap out of teams. So if your best ball match, you stand no chance. We want all action. We're happy to
Yes,
take it. So
correct.
it was a big week last week between the games on Friday, Saturday, the coaching news of the weekend, which then led into the playoff rankings that came out yesterday. What do you say we start with recapping the week? Last week we'll hit on some of the biggest games, and then we can kind of spin it all forward there. I don't know any better place to start unless you have something.
No, I'm good with that. Let's rock.
Okay. Let's start with the Friday games. Ole Miss beats Mississippi State, which is probably the least notable thing to happen to Ole Miss all week. So, congrats to them. Nice win. Georgia beat Georgia Tech in one of the more gross football games of the weekend, 16-9. Bad Georgia showed up. Gunnar Stockton looked like a eighth grader, and they still win. So, congrats to Georgia. Good win there. That game was a neutral site game because Georgia Tech got an $8 million check from Mercedes-Benz to move the game. So congrats to them on making their money. But nothing from me on that game. I think Georgia's probably not going to play that terrible again. But if they do, they can certainly be beat.
I think the way that you said it, that it's a rivalry game, we talked about this one, and it's a rivalry game. And Georgia Tech is just not a great matchup for Georgia systematically. Just all the way across the board. I was actually rather impressed by Georgia's defense that they could hold Georgia Tech to 9 points. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, Georgia Tech's defense is absolutely horrible. So watching Georgia throw up 16 points really this game feels like a 3-0 game. I mean, genuinely. Like
Yeah, that was
16
not
points is
ideal.
really bad here.
Not ideal there at all. But a win is a win nonetheless. Georgia's 11-1. They will be in the playoff. They're also playing in that same building again this week. More on that later. Who is not playing in that building this week is Texas A&M because Big Bro beats Little Bro once again. 27-17, Texas gets the win. Outscores A&M 24-7 in the second half. Arch Manning running for his life in the first half under pressure. Didn't throw the ball well. Second half, I think he was 6 of 8 for 120-something yards and 2 touchdowns, including the final rushing touchdown there at the end to make it a 10-point game late in the fourth. No notes. Just I was screaming it from the rooftops that Texas doesn't lose home games and they don't lose to Texas A&M. What do you know? They win a home game against Texas A&M. Am I surprised? No, not at all.
No. Yeah, I'm worried about Texas A&M when it comes to games in the future. These next 2 weeks, 3 weeks of not doing a whole lot before the college football playoffs will be good for this team because they need help recovering. They have a lot of injuries, none of which I felt like were a factor in the game because everybody that they said was injured played. Mario Craver played, ended up going out in the game. Casey Concepcion was hurt. He played. Le'Veon Moss, don't know if he's ever going to come back. That sucks for them. But I think the biggest thing watching this game that you're looking at is Texas A&M's run defense is atrocious. I mean, it's terrible. It really is bad. It got exposed by Texas. Notre Dame exposed it. If you play a team that can run the ball, Texas A&M is going to be in trouble. And right now, with how the rankings are, you'll get a rematch Texas A&M Notre Dame at Kyle Field. And yeah, it could get weird. But yeah,
Boy, would that be fun.
yeah, I would love for the rematch, but yeah, this was a great game for Texas. Really good win. I genuinely thought that this was the win that could get the committee to force their hand. I really kind of expected them to jump Miami in the rankings or jump BYU and be right on the edge of playoff contention. But apparently, the committee doesn't have as much SEC bias as I do. So, yeah, is what it is.
Yes, sir. Great win nonetheless. The run game for Texas showing up, big surprise. But hey, Trey Wisner in rivalry games is an absolute killer. So good win for Texas. We'll probably see them in the Cheez-It Bowl. Maybe against Notre Dame. Who could say? It depends on what happens this weekend. But
Yeah, it can get weird. It's crappy. We need 16 teams. And if Duke makes the playoffs and Notre Dame gets bounced, I'm going to lose my mind. Anyways.
correct. Ohio State thoroughly beats Michigan for the first time in what is it, 6 years? Since 2020, I think was the last time. So 27-9. Bryce Underwood could not do anything in this game. Michigan could not do anything in this game. Ohio State did pretty much anything they wanted, and that's your game. So the Buckeyes overcome the biggest hurdle that was left. They're going to be a top 4 seed regardless of what happens this weekend. And yeah, they're sitting pretty. I mean, it's for me at this point, it's kind of Ohio State against the field in the playoff.
Yeah, but did Ohio State's offensive coordinator leave this morning, correct?
He did. More on that later.
Yeah. Okay. Coaching carousel. Getting weird.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, 27-9, like you said. The only thing Ohio State didn't get to do in this game was plant the flag on the M, and that's because the Michigan players were out there ready to fist fight. But don't worry, our good friend Brutus got the most of Michigan in the corner of the end zone by crossing out the M and writing Ohio down on the ground.
Loved all the snow games in the Midwest this weekend. That was one of the nice touches of the final week of college football.
Yeah.
Miami scores a late touchdown to beat Pitt 38-7. I know that was a subject of controversy this week as Sark kind of called out Mario for throwing a fade ball up 24 in the last minute for Miami to suspiciously beat Pitt by more than Notre Dame did.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's just disgusting. Don't even put you're up 24 points and your starters are still in the game. Have some pride. Good night.
That program does not have much of it. Let's be realistic.
No. I saw a tweet earlier today that said, just settle it all right now. Everybody's playing conference championships this week. Let Notre Dame, Miami play each other in South Bend.
Why not?
I don't know what we're waiting on. Winner gets in the playoffs. So let's go.
Right.
I would love to play Miami this week, outside of the fact that Jeremiah Love might have be on more Advil than anybody in the college football right now. So he might need a few weeks of recovery.
Yeah. I'd much rather take fate into my own hands than the committee's incompetent hands.
Correct.
Oregon gets a big win at Washington, 26-14. This is a 5-point game midway through the fourth quarter. And then Malik Benson, 60-yard touchdown to put the game on ice. Big win for Oregon. They are beat to death right now with injuries. No DeCorian Moore. Kenyon Sadiq's been in and out. They're struggling. But if they can get any sort of healthy for the playoff, they're going to be off for the next couple weeks. Oregon's a team I could see doing damage.
Yeah, if they can get that passing game back, they're on the ground wise, they are unbelievably good running the ball. If they can get this passing game back, they're going to be a problem.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Congrats to my Minnesota Gophers beating Wisconsin 17-7 in the middle of a blizzard. Luke Fickell did not deserve to be a road favorite in that game. That was outrageous. So go Gophs, baby.
Go Gophs. Row the boat.
That's right. Did you see the Northwestern Illinois game being played in the middle of a snow globe? It looked like they had all the fans on one side because there was so much snow. It was ridiculous to see on
I
TV. It was a
I
lot.
didn't see that. Did Illinois just drop off the face of the planet? Weren't they like in the top 10 at one point in time?
Yeah, pretty much. And then they played people with a pulse and started losing.
Yeah, I was about to
It
say.
was Signetti beat them by, I think, 63-10. And
Yeah.
that kind of was that.
Yep, I remember that.
Cal beats SMU. SMU was just win, and you're in the ACC title game. Cal beats them at home 38-35. SMU missed a field goal at the gun from like 53 to send it to OT. So congrats to Cal. Now you just got to keep your quarterback.
Yeah.
Make sure that JKS doesn't go portaling. He
Hey,
would be a hot commodity if he does.
oh yeah. And that game was honestly kind of crazy. I don't know if you watched any of it, but the Ponies came back from the depths of despair to
They were
take the
down
lead
like
at
what, 20 in the game?
20 or
24?
something. It was 20 in the
Yeah.
fourth. Yeah, it got really weird really quick. I actually at one point in time was like, "Oh my gosh, Cal has choked this. There's no way they end up winning." And sure enough, I'm pretty sure I texted the group chat and I said, "And the Ponies are going to survive."
Yep.
They
That was
indeed
the
did
thing that was
not.
sent.
Yeah, they indeed did not.
Kirk Ferentz has more wins in Nebraska's Memorial Stadium than each of the last three Nebraska head coaches do in Big Ten play. He earned his seventh Big Ten win in Nebraska Stadium today, this past weekend on Friday. Matt Rule has 6 conference wins in Nebraska Memorial Stadium. Yikes!
There's
Extended too. Got a contract extension.
yeah. Are you expecting Dylan Raiola to potentially enter the portal?
Feels
It
like
was
leverage to get a little more money, but we'll see. Utah was down big to Kansas, and then Jalen Daniels threw a bunch of picks. So that did not end the way that the Jayhawks would have liked.
And everybody's mad because they dropped 2 spots this week in the playoffs. Well, you almost lost to Kansas. The committee's not just looking at box
Correct.
scores. Like,
They allegedly do watch football.
yeah, it's their job essentially, but I could be wrong. But
Yeah.
they
Louisville beat Kentucky so bad that they fired Mark Stoops. Couldn't believe that.
good.
His buyout was like $38 million. That's so much money for
Well, you got
Kentucky's football coach.
Louisville beat them so bad. I saw ACC fans posting about how the ACC is better than the SEC.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how bad Louisville tarnished them.
BYU was down 14-0 to UCF, only to outscore them 41-7 the rest of the way. If only we'd known what we know then about Kalani Sitake and maybe being at Penn State prior to the weekend. Maybe I would have viewed that game differently, but again, more on that later.
Yeah.
Rest of the weekend, you got a lot of middling teams playing. Penn State got to bowl eligibility. Congrats to them. Started 3-6, won their last 3. Rutgers took them to the gun, 40 to 36.
Is this still the best 6-loss team of all time?
I think it might be the best 6-6 team of all time.
There we go. I will take them in Bowl Mania, guaranteed.
Oh yeah.
Even though they are dead, we'll talk about it, Coach Carousel. I'm sorry, continue. Sorry.
Vandy beat Tennessee 45-24. Diego Pavia might win the Heisman. Diego Pavia's brother got arrested in the stadium.
And Vanderbilt wrote a script about why they should make the college football playoffs. And Diego Pavia is trying to get Donald Trump to pass his 16-team bill overnight.
Yeah. If I speak, I will be in big trouble there. So we'll keep that one moving. I'll save that joke for offline.
Okay.
OU beat LSU in one of the more grotesque football games of the entire weekend. This OU team, I know their resume looks good. I know they deserve to be in the playoff, but if you watch them with your eyeballs, you would not see a team that is worthy of being in the playoff. That's my hot take.
Yeah, this game was horrible. I don't know how LSU let them slide by in this one. I mean, really. It was just Bad,
This
bad,
is two
bad.
games in a row that Oklahoma's been bailed out because teams forgot to cover Isaiah Satania. So he scored long touchdowns.
I
That's
mean,
it. That's
John
it.
Mateer, 2 long touchdowns to Isaiah Satania on a screen, on a tunnel screen, and on an absolute wide open, busted coverage. The dude ran a seam route down the literally just right down the seam fade. It was like he was the invisible man. Nobody even saw him. Just runs right
Yep.
by everybody.
Yep.
Unbelievable. Just
Bad stuff. Truly bad. Um, Alabama beat Auburn 27-20. They were up 17-0, blew it, and then went for it on 4th and 2 there at the end, got a touchdown out of it. If you listen to the committee, they only watched the first half because they said it was impressive to go up 17-0. They must not have watched them blow said lead, but
and the
again,
4th down play that they ran really took some big balls.
yes, it did.
Correct.
And Ryan Williams is currently on the side of a milk carton. He's not been seen in about 2 weeks. So
Yeah.
if you've seen Ryan Williams, you might want to let Kalen DeBoer know.
His draft stock slipping, and he's not even draft eligible.
He might be in the transfer portal, my guy.
Yeah.
He could be an Irish.
I would love that. I really would. Really, truly would.
Go see who his offers were out of high school. That'll be some homework for me tonight. And then lastly, let's talk a little Irish. They beat the tar out of poor Stanford 49-20. Freeman was trying to get the late cover there.
Yeah. Well, you know, you knew it was getting really ugly in this game when Stanford was like, all right, guys, it's senior night. We're down by 35 points. Let's put the Make-A-Wish quarterback in today. Me and Edsel are on the phone watching it live, and this dude, they put this Make-A-Wish quarterback that's never played a snap of college football in his life. And they said, you know what? You get Notre Dame. Here comes 6 every single snap. And the dude played good. I mean, I was like, why hasn't this been the starter of the whole game? He's 1 drive, 1 touchdown. Simple as that. I know the backups are in, but still, look great.
Outrageous.
He's forever going to end his career with coach was sleeping on me. I played 1 drive, scored 1 touchdown.
That's right. He's going to be batting 1,000, and he scored against Notre Dame's defense.
Yeah, yeah. And Chris Ash was not holding back. It was engage 8 almost every single play. It was disgusting.
You've got Marcus Freeman there writing notes about how many points that Miami beat Stanford by, and so he's trying to go punch another score in.
Yeah.
Just very funny nonetheless.
Yeah.
Very, very funny. Anything else from the week? I think I covered most of the big games here. Yeah, we don't really care about Houston and Baylor. Clemson beats South Carolina. South Carolina is so bad. Lenore Sellers, potentially portal?
Yeah, I think so. I really think
depending on who you listen to, sounds like he could be potentially Miami's next hired gun at quarterback. You never know.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I just wouldn't want to go to Miami at this point in time. They're just everybody that goes there gets drafted in the first round. So why would you want to go there?
Good question. Good question. I don't know. Carson Beck's going to put that to the test.
Yeah, he's not going to be a first round pick, I don't think.
Well, shall we talk a little playoff?
Yeah, let's do it.
The CFP rankings came out. Was that yesterday? God, it feels like we've lost 3 days since last night.
Yeah.
A&M drops from 3 to 7 after losing to Texas on the road. Thought that was a bit steep, to be completely honest with you. I had a couple of big questions what they were going to do. Number one, what are they doing with Ole Miss? Turns out they're going to move them up a spot. It's like it never even happened. I had questions about what they were going to do 8 through like 14, which would have been your essentially where the floor for Texas would have been since they were 14th in the AP poll.
Yep.
And then 8 being Oklahoma, the start of your 2-loss teams. That includes OU, Bama, Notre Dame, BYU, Miami, Texas, Vandy. How does that sort out? And after seeing it, they sorted them in that order. I don't think they got it right at all.
No.
I'd be curious what you think of that, but I personally, I think that Oklahoma is too high. I think that Notre Dame, or not Notre Dame, I think that Alabama is too high. I would probably flip Notre Dame up to 8. I'd put, well, personally, I put Miami 8. Then I'd put Notre Dame 9. And then we can slot OU, Bama, BYU, Texas, Vandy in some order. I think that Texas has a case. I think Vandy has a case.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever combination they came up with, you could argue. I think this is probably the worst of them, to be honest with you. But I don't know. What did you think of that?
Well, to start off, I think that Texas A&M, like you said, dropped way too far. I probably would have put them just underneath Texas Tech, put them at the 5, left Oregon at 6, and Ole Miss at 7. Ole Miss losing their coach is the worst one-loss team in the country. I guess BYU, but and I'm sure I'm biting my tongue, and there's some G6 team that's one loss. Is North Texas one loss?
They don't count, though. They don't count.
Yeah. Okay.
Even BYU, I wouldn't they're one loss.
But they're essentially
I think that's a different tier.
They're about as good as UConn.
BYU is fraudulent.
Yes, correct. Yeah, I would have left Texas A&M at 5. I don't see how the committee could drop them that many spots, losing a game,
especially if you're only going to bump Texas up 3 spots. Like, you dropped A&M more than you moved Texas up.
Yeah, I agree.
Seems weird to me.
Yeah, and then like you said, I think OU has just played this past week. To me, OU played so terrible in that game. I just couldn't believe that they got to stay still.
Like, they just had a competent quarterback, they win that game.
Yeah, they just looked like hot garbage. I mean, they're going to get drilled by somebody in the playoffs. Drilled.
They're not going to get the benefit of getting like the ACC champ or the American champ or JMU. They're going to get a real football team.
Yeah, they're probably going to get you're either going to get Alabama, or Alabama's going to move up the leaderboard, and you get the luxury of playing Texas A&M at Texas A&M. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's like if Bama wins the SEC, then they're going to jump you, and then all of a sudden you are going to be playing at Kyle Field.
Yeah. Notre Dame
in a fraud off, but
realistically, I don't think there's any way BYU can beat Tech. So here, let me put some things in perspective first. Alabama jumped Notre Dame because the committee doesn't want any chance of Alabama being able to get kicked out. That's simple as that. That's what they want. They don't want Alabama out. So if Alabama loses, Notre Dame is going to stay at 10 and Alabama is going to stay at 9, or they're going to flip-flop. I don't see in any world Alabama dropping out of the top 10, losing the SEC championship.
I agree, unless it's like 41-10.
Yes. And that's the same thing with Texas Tech. If BYU beats Tech, they're not going to drop 7 spots out. I mean, it's just not going to happen.
See, I actually have somewhat of a gripe there. I don't think that the Big 12 should be a multi-bid league.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. And then you're going to get Catholics versus convicts and Hard Rock Stadium in Miami again.
Yeah.
Put it in Music City in now.
That'd be a fun,
I think Alabama, if they lose, they're going to Oh yeah. But yeah, I think BYU, the real killer team right now is BYU. Depending on what happens on Saturday with that game, that can really shake everything up here. I think Alabama wins. It shakes some stuff up, but it's one slot change. Georgia wins. I think Alabama probably stays pretty neutral and stays in the same spot. I don't think they're going to move.
I agree. I think the only change that could happen here is BYU. If they either win or get blown out and then they drop so far back that then all of a sudden you have a 3, potentially even 4 team discussion for one spot with Notre Dame, Miami, Texas, Vandy.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only chaos scenario I could see. And, is it to where if you invite more than just Miami and Notre Dame that, does a conversation change? And, does Does all of a sudden a Vandy jump up, or does a Texas jump up, or are they
I,
not seen on that tier? Like I don't think they are, but
I think the biggest problem here is that if BYU loses and regretfully probably drops down to 15 just in front of Utah,
mhm,
as they have the head to head on Utah, you move Miami. Miami goes to per se 11.
mhm.
Now you have the discussion of the head to head Miami Notre Dame. For the committee, is it easier to take both of them out and put Texas in? Because there's no right decision there. But it'd be the easy way out to just throw Texas in at 10.
Just say, fuck it. We're not even going to deal with
Yeah.
that discussion.
Nobody can be mad at you for having Notre Dame or Miami in over the other. We're just gonna throw Texas in. Fuck it.
There's no A or B. There's always option C.
Yeah. And then you throw Texas in, and then everybody's like, "Oh, Texas plays Texas A&M again in Kyle Field."
No,
They
but
already
see,
beat
one of the
Texas A&M.
things that I could see happening in this spot, let's say that BYU does lose and they drop, and let's say Georgia beats Bama, they're just going to flop Notre Dame and Bama right back and not have to discuss it.
It's possible. It's possible.
I could see that happening. Honestly, that would probably be the most likely outcome if you asked me.
I also see a very small chance in a small world where Bama could get drilled by Georgia, and they say, perfect case scenario, Bama just got drilled. We're going to drop Bama out, and we're going to put Notre Dame and Miami in.
Yeah.
Because why not?
Yeah.
I don't know. The committee's got a lot of decisions on their hands, but they've really screwed themselves with this setup.
This is the worst committee we've had.
This is the setup of this whole entire thing has been terrible.
Yeah.
Nobody would be mad with the way that OU played this past week if you put them at 10. Nobody would.
100%.
Nobody would have been. And then they'd have been sitting here and you'd have been like, oh, OU doesn't play this week. BYU doesn't get in. Texas moves up. Oh,
yeah,
no.
all of a sudden the head-to-head with Oklahoma.
Oh, no.
matters.
Yeah.
What a shame.
What a shame. Does Texas get in?
All right, so let's game this out because let's just say BYU loses, Alabama loses. What do you think they do?
BYU's out, obviously.
Yep.
BYU drops to 15 if they lose.
And that puts Notre Dame 10, Miami 11, unless they flip Alabama Notre Dame again.
I think it depends on how bad Bama loses. If Bama contests the game and keeps it close, I could see Bama staying at 9 and Notre Dame at 10, and then you get in a sticky situation with Miami.
Oh, see, I don't think Bama sticks at 9 if they lose.
You don't
I think that's specifically why they moved them, is so they can drop them and still keep them in.
Man, yeah, here's the deal. I don't want to be 9. I either want to be 10 or out. I'm so serious.
Yeah. Yeah.
I either want to be the 10 seed playing Ole Miss.
Well, really, you'd want to be the 3 or like the 11 because then you play the 6, which in this case would be Ole Miss, and then you play Georgia.
Yeah, but I mean,
the 11 is going to be the ACC champ if it's Virginia.
Think about this, though. Alabama wins.
Uh-huh.
They jump up to, I would imagine they would jump up to 4 and get a bye.
They're going to knock Texas Tech out.
I think
Georgia would fall out.
I think Georgia will drop to 5. They'll jump to 4.
Yep.
And that would drop everybody down the board.
Yep.
Move Texas A&M to play OU 9 and 8, and then Notre Dame gets to go to Oxford to play Ole Miss at the 7-10 spot. And then all is great and wonderful in the world because Notre Dame plays Ole Miss and can turn around and play Indiana the week after on a neutral site. And then everything is great and dandy in the world. Yeah.
Two teams from Indiana playing in some bowl game far, far away.
And then what are the teams on the other side of that bracket? You got Texas Tech would be the 3. And you got the winner of the 11 and Oregon and the 11 seed. Outstanding. Yeah. That'd be the easiest side of the bracket possible. And then you'd have an absolute freaking origami match on the other side.
Yeah. It's going to be the JV bracket versus the varsity bracket.
Yes, correct. Yeah, it's like when you watch the Division II football playoffs, and there's that one Region 1 up at the top, and they're all playing each other really close. And they get to the Natty and lose by 60.
Yeah. It's like the that meme where it's like the dude's in the army suit and then it's just the one dude in the clown suit. That's that side of the bracket.
Oh God. Yeah. Anyways, it's gonna be interesting depending on what happens this weekend, but it would be nothing would surprise me more than if Texas Tech lost. So I'll say that.
That would be a dangerous place for your Irish.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and get into some of these conference championship games. We'll skip over some of the nonsense here. We've got UNT Tulane. This game is at Tulane, and UNT is favored. I don't understand that one. I think Tulane wins the game.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we're going to see a lot of points. I can almost guarantee that.
66 and a half is
Yeah, 66 and a half. North Texas is a machine, man. I think if a team really wants it, it's going to be North Texas. I think North Texas wants this bad. They want to punch their ticket. Yeah, I would actually take them money line. I think that freshman running back they have is a weirdo.
A lot of auditions going on for the Oklahoma State football team here.
That dude will be in the portal instantaneously.
Yeah. UNLV and Boise in the Mountain West title game for the third consecutive year. This UNLV team is fraudulent. I will take Boise State.
Yeah, give me Boise State. I'll actually take them to cover the points.
BYU and Texas Tech in AT&T Stadium. Allegedly a sellout. We'll see. Texas Tech is a 12.5-point favorite. This game was played already this year in Lubbock. Tech beat them 29-7 as 13.5-point favorite. So they're saying Tech is now 12.5 points better on a neutral. So that would be saying that if the two teams played in Lubbock today, it'd be 16 instead of 13.5. I just don't know what's changed about this matchup since it was last played. I think these are still pretty much the same team. I don't think BYU has the guns here to make this happen. So I could be wrong. I just think Texas Tech is going to win going away. I'll lay the points with Tech. I think it's something like 34-10.
Yeah, I think Tech is going to hammer them. To be perfectly honest with you, BYU scored on some really small stuff at the end of that game the first time they played. I don't know if BYU can realistically score on this Texas Tech team without it being in stoppage time at the end of the football game. I think Texas Tech hammers them in Jerry World. So, yeah, I'm laying the 12.5 or cover it. They'll cover it, guaranteed.
Yeah. 3:00 on Saturday, Georgia and Bama from Atlanta. Georgia is a 2.5-point favorite. The over-under is 47.5. I have no idea how this game's going to go. I think Georgia's better, but Kirby is like 1-7 against Bama. So something's got to give there. I will take the under. I do not think there will be all that many points scored. I could see it being like 24-20, like it was the first time. So I'll take the under. If I had to pick a side, I'd lean Bama, but they haven't played well enough recently for me to be all that convicted about it.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm hammering Georgia this week. I think I got a feeling Pat McAfee is going to come out there, talk about who's that coming down the tracks. He's going to be getting this team hyped up. Yeah, give me Georgia money line.
Indiana, Ohio State, 1 versus 2 Big Ten title game in Indianapolis. This game, 7:00 on Fox. Ohio State is only a 4-point favorite. 47.5 is your total. Does losing Brian Hartline, who I assume is going to stick around and call plays, change things here? I don't know. I think Ohio State's better. I do think Indiana's better than they were last year when this game wasn't even close.
Yeah.
I still think Ohio State's going to win by a touchdown.
Oh, man.
I would also take the over.
I think that if this game's played in telephone booth, that Ohio State is just bound to win. But I'm going to be really intrigued to see how this plays out because Ohio State's defense looks absolutely unstoppable right now, and Indiana's offense is putting 50 balls on every single team they play. It's going to be interesting. It's good on good, that is for sure. But yeah, I like Ohio State to cover the points. Give me the 4.5.
Agreed. Last one, Duke, Virginia. This game in Charlotte, same time on ABC. 7-5 Duke is just a 3.5-point underdog to the fraud machine that is Virginia. The ACC, my handicap on this game comes from one place and one place only. The ACC does not want to be left out of the playoff as a Power Four conference. They are going to make sure that Virginia wins. I think they'll win by more than 3.5. I'll lay it.
No, I'm battling you on this one.
Oh,
I think that Manny Diaz gets it freaking done. What he couldn't do at Miami, he does at Duke. Give me Duke money line, and they're ACC champs. And there's going to be a lot of weird stuff that's going to happen in these other games this week. And Duke.
Okay, so call it. Duke wins. Are they in the playoff?
They're going to jump. I mean, I think they're going to jump up pretty significant if with this Virginia loss. Beating Virginia. Virginia's ranked right now. I think they'll jump up enough to get into the top 25 to put them into the.
They'd have to jump JMU, who is 20 some odd point favorites against Troy.
Yeah, but JMU almost lost. Didn't JMU's best win or something is Virginia Tech, or they lost to Virginia Tech, or
yeah, they lost to Louisville.
That's who it was. Yeah,
their best win. They don't really have one.
Yeah, they lost to Louisville by 21 points. I think the ACC champ gets in.
They've just beaten the tar out of everybody in the Sun Belt, pretty much. Which, by the way, the Sun Belt championship game is, I want to say, Friday.
Yes. Yes. All of the G5s are Friday.
Okay.
Or I guess four of the G5s are Friday.
Except for the MAC.
Yeah.
God bless
Conference USA, Sun Belt, Mountain West, yeah.
So we'll know what's happening in that regard by the time Duke and Virginia play. So we'll have a pretty good idea of where things stand before we get there.
Is there a world where I don't think there's a world where Kennesaw State gets in. I'm sorry. I just don't think there is. I think 8-5 Duke gets in over 10-3 Kennesaw State, but what a miracle story that program has turned around to be.
Yeah, no kidding. They were SDS not too long ago.
They were a 57 overall on NCAA 25 or 24, and now they're out here and they're about to win Conference USA potentially, 2.5-point favorites.
How about it? Mm-hmm. All right, let's talk some coaching, shall we?
Let's do it.
Big week on the coaching front. Lane Kiffin leaves Ole Miss, goes to LSU. Lots come out about that. His team apparently called out his lies about saying that that the team wanted him to stay and coach. Allegedly, his team told him to GTFO. So we learned that Juice Kiffin, his dog, does not actually live with him. Lives with a handler, which is upset of the week. We learned that Marty Smith ran a Sprinter van off-road to go interview Kiffin on the tarmac, which just adds to the legend there. And beyond that, I think everything else is pretty normal. So your reaction to Lane to LSU?
It's something special. I mean, it's really crazy how much stuff comes out when a coach leaves a football program. The amount of Snapchat DMs I've seen from Lane Kiffin that could be made up, could not be made up. Who knows?
The Lane Stein files.
The Lane Stein files. Yeah, I've seen about 100 of them at this point in time. Just different girls at Ole Miss wanting publicity for Lane Snapchatting them.
And apparently he's a creep at hot yoga.
Yeah. I'll tell you the biggest, the craziest thing I saw all week. And, Etzel, I hate to say it, but I get caught on those stupid parody accounts all the time, the 274 Sports. You just don't
No
notice it,
three
really.
instead of on three. Yeah.
Yes. So if what I'm about to say is incorrect, please correct me.
Okay.
I'm fairly positive I saw Whit Weeks saying that he's going to enter the transfer portal now. Is that something you saw as well, or is that made up?
I haven't seen that, but I did also not see the fake tweet about it. So I truly have no idea there. It was not one that came across my timeline.
If that is something that's going to happen, which I'm not saying it is,
How funny.
how funny would that be?
Wouldn't it be hilarious?
Lane's plan all along was to get his daughter to date Whit Weeks so he could get him to stay for one more season. And then Whit enters the transfer portal. See you later.
It's like, yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
Helicopter
Actually, I
parents are the worst.
don't want my girlfriend's dad as my coach.
Yeah, helicopter parents. Got to get away from that.
Yeah.
Other news: Penn State can't hire anybody. They were going to hire Kalani Sitake from BYU. Sounded like the deal was done, and then the CEO of Crumble Cookie decided that he was not going to let that happen. The CEO of Crumble is a BYU grad, mega donor to the program, helped fund get AJ DeBansa there to help their basketball team, things of that nature.
Nice.
So yeah, the wires went through. Kalani Sitake now staying at BYU, no longer at Penn State. So Penn State can't hire anybody. Also, did you see? And this also might have been photoshopped. There was a picture that came out of these two gentlemen who were ordering a coffee from Sheetz there in Altoona, which Sheetz is like a gas station, I guess. And they do this mobile order, right? And the two names on the list were K. Sitake and P. Kraft, and Pat Kraft is the AD there. And I was like, I wonder.
Interesting.
It could have been photoshopped. It could have very well been a fake, but just very funny to me.
I've seen a lot of stuff on this Penn State job as well. Saw something in the effect of James Franklin's manager or agent or whatever has been slandering Penn State's program to other candidates.
Jimmy Sexton, yes, who
to
is
make
the
it
agent
so
for
that it's,
most coaches out there. Yeah.
Yes, to make it unattractive for potential candidates to want to go there, as he's doing that. And Penn State is ranked 131 in the recruiting class this year, bottom of the Big Ten.
They signed 2 recruits today. 2.
Yeah, it's getting bad. It's getting bad.
Yeah. I did see that Penn State, the coaches that they've engaged with, have signed $371 million worth of contract extensions. So Penn State is helping local economies because they've stimulated $371 million of contracts. So good on them for that. But
yeah, that is good. Good on them.
That doesn't help fill their head coaching job.
No.
They should legitimately call Matt Campbell at Iowa State.
Tomorrow. I don't know what they're waiting on.
Yesterday.
I really don't know what they're waiting on at this point in time.
Yeah.
Gotta do something. The AD is probably 2 weeks away from the boosters firing him if he doesn't get a head coach. Yeah.
Yeah. Bad situation there.
Yeah.
Arkansas sounded like they were going to hire Alex Golesh. Then they leaked it to the media only for Golesh to sign with Auburn. Tough day to be a Razorback as they get Ryan Silverfield from Memphis. And I've not seen a single person Arkansas affiliated who is happy with that hire. So
did you see
the chair of the CFP committee is the Arkansas athletic director. And every time I hear him talk, it makes more and more sense how they ended up with Ryan Silverfield as their head coach.
Did you see Golesh's interview, his conference?
Yeah. Do you like golf?
He's like, I know this is a trick question. He's like, my wife likes golf. She's damn good too. He's like,
I like football more than golf.
He's like, that's the answer we needed.
Oh, that made me laugh. It really did make me laugh. John Sumrall, Tulane coach to Florida. Great hire. Loved it.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
I
wonder
like
how
it.
I wonder how the Florida people will enjoy yet another G5 coach from the state of Louisiana. What could possibly go wrong?
Could Auburn be absolutely elite if Byron Brown comes with him?
Yeah, until Cam Coleman hits the portal.
Yeah.
Because so Golesh came from the Tennessee family with Heupel,
Yeah.
who was back Baylor, Art Briles, things of that nature. Those receivers historically are crap in the NFL. Like you think of it like those Bryce Petty teams at Baylor they had some really good college receivers and didn't pan out for anything in the NFL. Then you
Jalen
look
Hyatt?
Jalen Hyatt, kind of been a bust. Some of the other dudes that have rolled through Tennessee haven't been great pros.
Yeah.
So is Cam Coleman going to want to stick around for that? I don't think so. I think he's going to hit the portal. But that doesn't mean Auburn won't be good because that system is very good. It just does not do a great job of helping receivers develop. The wide splits, their route tree is limited. It just doesn't make you a great pro, but it does make
Gosh.
for a great college offense.
Man, wait until Ryan Williams, Cam Coleman, and Jeremiah Smith all meet up at Ohio State next year.
No thanks.
Gosh.
Please.
Anywhere but Texas could use some wide receivers that want to catch
For
the football.
God's sakes, please, we need a receiver.
That wants to catch the football with his hands. I don't know if Ryan Williams can catch the football. He hasn't got a pass thrown to him in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was about to say, like we said, he's on the side of a milk carton. Haven't seen him.
MIA. He probably got scooped up by Vecna. He's just in the upside down.
Stranger Things. So Kentucky lost to Louisville 41-0, and that got Mark Stoops fired. They have since hired Will Stein from Oregon, their OC. I think that's a good hire. He went to Louisville, played quarterback at Louisville, grew up in Kentucky, knows the area. I think it's a good hire. But boy, is Kentucky on the hook for a lot of money to a fired coach. I didn't think them being a basketball school, they'd actually pony up and do it. So I'm impressed.
Yeah, that's a good hire. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all.
I agree.
Are you are you thinking Chip Kelly's going back to Ohio State now?
He could. He very well could.
I think it would be high on his radar, I would imagine.
Yeah. Could he get there in time for the playoff run?
I hope not. I mean, he was there last year and his offense was dynamic as hell.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Don't give him an opportunity to run some crazy stuff again this year.
No thanks. Do not need that in our lives.
Yeah.
Kansas State, Chris Kleiman steps down, retires. Sounds like it's going to be Colin Klein going back. He was the OC there when they were pretty good a couple of years ago with Avery and like Will Howard. Then went to Texas A&M. Has been pretty underwhelming there, to be honest with you. Part of that might be Marcel Reed's limited ability. Same with Connor Wigman last year. But he did make Will Howard look pretty good. And he had Avery Johnson playing the best ball of his career. So maybe there's something to going back to the Big 12. I'd be intrigued to see it. I think they made the move now. And I do think that Kleiman had some encouragement on the way out. I don't think that was just his choice. I think they knew that they needed to make a move because Klein wasn't going to be around for another coaching cycle.
Yeah.
So they wanted to go get him now.
Yeah. I would agree with you. There. Is Avery Johnson have another year of eligibility or is he done?
Yeah, he was a true freshman 2 years ago. He's still got room.
Good.
Ole Miss promoted Pete Golding, which I think is, I guess, the only move you could make, but I don't think it's a good one. I'm not worried about them in the future.
Yeah. They're going to be an interesting playoff team. I think they're good enough, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Oklahoma State, nice hire for your Cowboys up there, getting Eric Morris out of UNT.
Yeah, that is a great hire.
Probably going to bring Maker with him.
Yeah, take the quarterback. That's what they need really bad.
It's hard to win when you're playing Zane Flores.
Yeah, they could be competitive if they could be competitive in the Big 12 with that North Texas roster. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah,
Little
I
jumble
agree.
around. Yeah.
Michigan State fired Jonathan Smith and hired Pat Fitzgerald. Did not see that one coming. Former Northwestern coach.
Michigan State is just I don't know if they're ever going to get back to their prime. It's
Smith
just sad.
Smith staked his reputation on Aiden Childs, the quarterback he brought with him from Oregon State, and he turned out to be ass. And
Yeah.
that kind of was his job. Which,
Yeah.
speaking of, did you see Hugh Freeze today? He did an interview and he was basically just dragging the bus over Jackson Arnold.
I mean, why wouldn't you? Jackson Arnold sucks.
He's like, now I don't mean to turn this into a dunk all over Jackson conversation. And when he said that, I was like, ooh, he's about to say something real bad.
he's about to dunk all over Jackson.
And he goes, I don't think it went according to plan for either he or I with how he played. And that's why I'm sitting here talking to you instead of coaching him.
I mean, this is the deal. Why would you think he was going to be good? You saw how he played at OU.
Him screamed good quarterback. He hadn't done anything in college.
No. You saw how he played at OU. He was horrible.
Yes.
Horrible.
But stars, they can't quit the star ratings.
Yeah. He was a 5-star in high school, so he has to be amazing. No.
But speaking of, did you see freaking Jared Curtis, who'd been committed to Georgia for the longest time, flipped his commitment to Vandy, the number one quarterback in the class, goes to Vandy?
Did you see what he posted on Instagram?
Yeah, because it got leaked.
It got leaked, and he was like, I don't know. Yeah, where is this coming from? You guys made this up. Yeah, it got leaked that he was switching his commitment.
Yeah, blame your friends, buddy. They were throwing some tips out there.
Yeah, stop telling your buddies in the locker room that you're going to switch your commitments to Vandy. They're probably thinking you're an idiot for starters.
Exactly. UCLA hires Bob Chesney, the JMU head coach. James Madison, who last produced Kurt Signetti, now produces Bob Chesney. I like the hire. I think Bob Chesney's very good. So if they support him out there at UCLA, I think he'll be in good shape.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Baylor keeps Dave Aranda, and then all of his recruits decommit, which is very sick. He lost like 4 commits over the last week.
It's just getting ugly. It's the whole coaching carousel. College football is getting ugly quickly.
I love it though. I love the chaos.
I mean, it gives us something to talk about, but it's just mind blowing. It's awesome to have a coach that has security, job security. So it's nice to have that.
From a time where neither of our schools did, it's nice to have it now.
Yeah, no doubt.
Anything else that I miss on the coach? Oh yeah, Brian Hartline to USF. We talked about that, which delayed the number 1 overall recruit in this class signing. Chris Henry, he was an Ohio State commit, is delaying it. Sounds like Oregon is making a push. Sounds like Texas is making a push. We'll see. All because Brian Hartline left.
And Brian Kelly's about to make a push. No.
Yeah, push him off the top of a freaking crane in the wind.
He's going to put him up top in the filming studio in the wind.
For more information, Google Brian Kelly crane to see that story.
Oh, God. Yeah. What a horrible guy. Anyways.
Just a bad dude. Bad
was there more bad stuff that came out about him or Lane Kiffin in the last week after their absence?
Oh, I just love how Lane Kiffin had that big ESPN documentary about how he's a changed man, and then this whole like LSU thing, he comes out looking like a 14-year-old kid gossiping around high school. It's like, no, you just freaking washed your image. You're the same freaking immature dude who got tarmacked at USC. Same dude.
Oh gosh.
Like when he could have a literal book written about all of his exits from tarmacked to whatever happened at Tennessee. The freaking Raiders firing him via an overhead projector. Yeah. Like, I mean, it's just been, the owner of the Raiders, your guys called him a con man, the biggest liar ever.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Ugh.
I just Raiders football is just.
It sounds like Pete's on the hot seat this year too.
I think he is, and honestly, I don't think he'll get fired this year. But I think that he's going to be a prime candidate to go get a job in college football as soon as he gets fired. Because God, was he good when he was a college coach.
We've already rotated through the firing of all of our coordinators. You fired Chip Kelly. You fired the special teams coordinator. Like we're already trying the emergency stuff.
You got to just sell stock in the team. I mean, here's the deal. The only player on your football team that's really worth anything is Max Crosby. Trade him away for some first-round picks. You got to sell stock. You're too bad right now. You're just wasting his career.
You're not close to being good. Brock Bowers.
Yeah. I mean, like offensively, they could be decent if they had an offensive line, but the offensive line is horrible.
Yeah.
I don't even blame Gino. Gino's getting pressured 25 times a game. I don't even blame the guy. He gets pressured 50% of his snaps. He's sitting terrible. Back there. He's sitting back there just shaking. I mean, like he's like catching the ball. His hands are shaking.
It's catch, snap, 3-step drop, get hit.
Yes. Yeah. 100%. 100%. And you know, it's bad that when he left, because Pete Carroll is such a good quarterbacks coach. Like he really is. Like his biggest, best thing that he's done in his whole entire career is he turns quarterbacks into superstars. And like you saw it with Russell Wilson, you saw it. Geno Smith looked really good when he was in Seattle.
College days with Leinart.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Carson Palmer.
Yep. Dude, he just makes superstar quarterbacks. And he can't even help this team because this offensive line is so bad. Not that the receiving group is good.
Yeah.
I mean, you got two good tight ends, and you got Genty who's getting hit 1.4 yards a carry. He's averaging 1.4 yards per 4 contact right now on his carries.
Who could have possibly thought that building an offense with elite skill players and just refusing to build an offensive line would not work?
Yeah. It really blows my mind in the modern day of the NFL that if you don't have good cornerbacks and you don't have good safeties and you don't have an offensive line, there's no way you can defend the pass and there's no way you could stop the pass rush. It just blows my mind. It really does. In the pass first league that we live in, let's draft Tyree Wilson when Gonzo's on the board. Let's do it. Tyree Wilson isn't even in the team anymore. He isn't even on the squad.
Is he even in the league anymore?
I think he's on the practice squad for the Raiders right now. But Christian Gonzalez is on
number 2 pick or what, 7th?
He was the 7th pick in that draft that year. Yeah, it was terrible.
Nice.
I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my gosh, we're going to get Christian Gonzalez. We're going to get an all-star cornerback. Tyree Wilson. Why?
Texas Tech before Texas Tech was good.
I mean, why? Why would you draft that guy? Oh. Just
the Raiders, baby.
Yeah, and at the time we had Max Crosby, and we had what's his name? The dude that got in trouble for we had the Christian Wilkins. Mac? We had Wilkins, and we had the dude
that dude got shoved out of the league pretty quick.
And we had Chris Jones. No, not Chris Jones. Chandler Jones.
Yes.
And we had Chandler Jones on the team. And then we
were
Raiders. We have a great defensive line. Let's get another defensive lineman so we can't play him.
Correct.
Oh, God. Anyway.
It makes so much sense.
Blows my mind. Why is Tom Brady allowed to be a franchise owner of this football team?
He might be better than the Davis family.
That is true.
Well, anything else before we get out of here? I think we're pretty good. The final playoff rankings come out Sunday. We'll be around sometime next week to break it all down. We'll have bowl matchups, playoff matchups, transfer portal news.
There's going to be a lot of people hitting the portal here.
Oh, yeah.
Portal's going to be.
Apparently, this week is exit meetings and contract week. I've seen a lot of stuff from Texas that this week is when renewals on their NIL deals get sent out. So if somebody is going to sign, we will likely hear it. And if somebody is going to portal, we will likely hear it.
It's going to be really exciting to see what this looks like and how many more players play 4 years of football instead of the typical 3, because you're going to make more money on an NIL than you are on a rookie contract. So it'll be interesting, especially if you're good. I mean, if you're Darian Mensah and you're getting paid $6 million a year to play, I mean, if you do it, dog.
I still can't believe that.
Or it's 4 or 6, it's something, but it's
at least $4 million. I can't believe Duke has the money to pay that.
He's led them to the ACC championship, Edsel, and they might make the playoffs.
They lost to UConn.
It was worth every penny, Edsel. It's worth every penny.
That's how Manny Diaz failed into the Duke job.
Yes, correct. Manny Diaz is like, we weren't even supposed to be competitive. They're going to expect this every year now. He's like, I came here to be bowl eligible, and that's it.
Yeah, and then he went 9-3 last year, and this year they're worse, and they made the title game.
Yeah. Once again, didn't play anybody. Of the 18 teams in the ACC, they happened to play the 9 worst teams.
It's unbelievable.
They played the 9. And still went 8-4. You played the bottom half 9 ACC schools and still went 8-4.
They lost every single out of conference game, it feels like.
Yeah.
Every single one. They lost to Tulane, for God's sakes.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you about it. It's just bad stuff. It's just bad stuff.
All right. Well, that'll do it. Appreciate everybody tuning in as always. Enjoy Conference Championship weekend. Enjoy the ranking show. Might listen to it on mute. Well, you don't have to hear Hunter Yurchek talk. Yep. Otherwise, you too will end up with Ryan Silverfield as your head coach. So, and then we'll see you next week as we break it all down. Can't wait. Looking forward to it. And until next time, have a great weekend. Peace out. See ya.